Now we'll do a little more housekeeping here. So here, data analysis 1 goes with the 15-year-old, and we already had that there, so that's good. We also know that this goes with results and conclusions 4, so that'll go right here. So we'll put an O here, and X for the rest of that column and row. That allows us to put an O here, so X is for the rest of that row. Okay, so now if we take this down, let's see, what do we know here? We know that this one, it can't be Debussy, so we're going to add that here. So it can't be Debussy. And since this is also part of that, it can't be Bungie or Rialto. So we know that this can't be Bungie or Rialto. So we know this is Havers. And we're going to put X's for the rest of that. So we have that this is Havers, because that's the same person. And X's for the rest of that row and column. And so we go up to this O, and that's Havers. And X's for the rest of that row and column. And this is Havers. So O here, and X's for the rest of that row and column. And O here, so that's Havers as well, and X's for the rest of that row and column. That allows us to say that's Bungie. And okay, so we've got a little bit more there. So now we can keep going, and let's see what we can figure out from this 4th place person. So age 16, we know is results and conclusions 3, so we're going to add that in this direction. Put an O here, and X's in the rest of that column and row. We also know that it's data analysis 3, so if we go over here, we're going to put that in here, O here, and X's for the rest of that row and column, and that lets us fill in that box. So now that's all done. And we know it's not going to be ED 1 or 2, so we add that here. That allows us to put an O here, and X in the rest of that row. And we know that it's not Havers. We already knew that, but we also see it's not Bungie, so we can add that here. And that tells us that Bungie is the 2nd place person. So we can follow this column up and know it's Bungie. So that's Bungie here. X in the rest of that column and row. And if we follow Bungie up here, we don't know where that is, but we know it's not these 2 bottom ones, so we can put an X there. And we follow it up here, let's see, to here, so we know Bungie is the 13-year-old. And then we know that it is, we can keep going for that there. Okay. And let's see what else we can figure out. All right, so let's see, maybe we'll look at the 14-year-old here. So the 14-year-old, we know is data analysis 4. We have that. We know that it is not RC 1 or 2. We have that. And it's ED 2. So go over this way, and we know that there as well. Okay, so now let's see what we can do with these patterns and scores. So here's our 4th person. We knew that they had all 2s. So we have 1 here, 1 here. We don't know which one these are, and we don't know which one these are. So that we'll leave that for now. Here's our 3rd place person. They have an 8, 6, 2, 2. So we got the 6 here. We have a 2 here, and 6 and a 2. So it has to be up here. Will have to be an 8 or a 2. Well, we see can't be a 2 because those are marked out. So this has to be the 8. So we're going to put an O there, and then X for there, and now we have filled this box in. So let's go and work the other way with this. So, and this box here we knew was bungee. So we're going to go over here to have that be bungee. And X is in the rest of that row and column. And then we can see that that's data analysis 2. We're going to put that over here, data analysis 2, X for the rest of that column and row. And we know that it is not ED1 or 2. We already have that there. And so we can go here, because this is also bungee, same person, and we can see that it's not 1 or 4. So if we take that over here, not 1 or 4, well, then that gives us the 1 spot. So we know it's 3. And we could put X in the rest of that column. So now we know that that's ED3 that goes with this fellow here. So we can put that in the vertical direction as well. And X is there. And now we've got this box all filled out. So bungee is ED3. And we'll add that over here. And X is in the rest of that row. And we follow up to make sure we have everything. Okay. And bungee is data analysis 2, which we know goes with experimental design 3. So I'm going to put that here in this direction. And X is in the rest of that row and column. And then let's see what else we have here. So here's bungee again. We know he's experimental design 3. And we're going to put that here. And now we have this box all filled out. And so ED2, we can see goes with data 4. So we can add that in this direction and fill out this box. And now this one's all filled out. And ED2 does not go with RC3 or 4. So we add that there. And that only leaves 1 box here. So that goes here. And so now this box is all filled out. And we see this particular box goes with data analysis 4. So we add that in this direction. And X's. Now this box is all filled out. And we can see that ED3 goes with RC2. And we can add that in this direction. Now this box is all filled out. And let's see, make sure we go out this direction. So age 14 goes with, you have all that filled out. Okay, that's good. So if we see that this has age 14 can go over here. There's only 1 spot here, so we know this has to be Debussy. So we put that X there. And this will be Rialto. So we can see that this person is Debussy. So this is the same person, so that's Debussy. Now we have this all filled out. And if we take this down to this box here, we have this is the same person, so this has to be Debussy. And now this box is all filled out. And if we take this down here, we know this has to be Debussy. So we fill this out. Now this box is all filled out. So I can say that this person is Debussy, so I'll put it in this direction. And now I've got this bottom box all filled out. All right, so then we'll go on to the names.